Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast, your home for the best soccer bets in 15 minutes or less. We have 1 versus 2 ahead of us this weekend in the Premier League. Chelsea will take on league leaders Arsenal, coming off a great win in the Bayern game. We've got some other good games in the Premier League. We got a good game in the Bundesliga with Leverkusen as they take on Dortmund. We'll get into all of it. I'm Andrew Passaro. Nick couldn't be here this week just because of a little holiday scheduling. You know how it is. But we've got 5 games. We got both teams to score parlay for you, and then we will let you go. We had a great week. We had a really good middle of the week with the Champions League, and we nailed it. You know what? We were all over Marseille. We had both teams to score in over 2.5 in that game. We had both teams to score in over 2.5 in the Inter game as they fell to Atletico Madrid. I talked about over 3.5 at plus 190 in the Bayern Munich game, and I gave you that parlay for the Barcelona game. So we had a really good week, and you know what's great is keeping a track of all of that. I use the Pick'It app for that. It's a free app, free to download. When you download it right now and you link it to a sports book, you're going to get, at a minimum, $3 for free for signing up. You might even win $100 if you use promo code PlusMoney. It's on the screen right now. If you do that, that helps out the show a lot. I really appreciate it. But like I said, it helps you keep a track of everything. And the other thing, you know what's super annoying? When it's the middle of the game and you're like, wait, what did I put in again? I put in a bunch of bets between NFL, soccer, whatever's going on for the day. It syncs to your sports book and you open it up and you don't have to log into your sports book again to make sure that you put everything in. And that's really, really helpful. And you know what would have been really helpful if I checked the Pick'It app earlier in the week, because I forgot to put in Kylian Mbappe at plus 1,600 to score a hat trick. But you know what? Can't win them all, folks. Moving on. Let's get right into it. Sunderland are taking on Bournemouth. A decent game in the 10 o'clock window. It's not a great board in the Premier League this weekend. We're only betting 3 games, but we start with Sunderland. They're taking on Bournemouth. I like over 2.5 goals here at minus 110. It is hitting 5 of 6 games on the road for Bournemouth. 3 of the home games for Sunderland so far this season. Both teams to score at minus 134. Has hit in 5 of their 7 home games this season and 4 of 6 for Bournemouth. I think you play either of those, whatever you're more comfortable with. Obviously, parlaying them is going to get you into plus money territory. I do think this is a great spot for Sunderland here. Draw no bet at plus 126. They are unbeaten in the Premier League so far this season. 3 wins, 3 draws, and Bournemouth have lost 4 of their last 7 in the Premier League game on the road. They've lost their last 2 and haven't lost consecutively 3 in a row since November of 2023. They have just 1 road win on the season. It's a great spot. Draw no bet at plus 126 for Sunderland. If you want to take the money line, it's in the plus 200s. That's a great price as well for a Sunderland team that is exceeding expectations. And for me, Bournemouth have kind of cooled off a little bit. Semenyo's been in and out of the lineup. I don't think he's played a game since the international break, and that's obviously a huge loss for Bournemouth right now. So keep an eye on that one. Everton are taking on Newcastle. We're not one to regularly bet on Everton, but this is kind of a great spot for Newcastle right now. Both teams are scoring over 2.5. Is hitting their last 4 road games. All losses. That's plus 120. I like that a lot. Both teams to score on its own is minus 132. It's hitting 10 of 19 for Newcastle and 4 of their last 5. And Newcastle have lost their last 3 Premier League away games. And they opened the scoring in all 3 of those. So maybe it's a good spot for Everton here. They got a big win on Monday Night Football against Manchester United. Newcastle, a lot of games right now. I think with all the problems going on at Anfield right now, we're not really keen on talking about how Newcastle, not everything is as good as it could be. Obviously, they just got that big win against Manchester City, but is this another letdown spot? Possibly. I think there's goals in the 12:30 window. Let's get to the big one of the weekend. It's 1 versus 2 and Chelsea versus Arsenal. And if Arsenal win this game, they go 9 points clear of Chelsea. Manchester City should win this weekend. So I think they'd still be like 7 points clear of Manchester City. But here's some stats before we get into the picks, because I have picks on kind of both sides of the ball for you. Stats. Chelsea have won just 1 of their last 11 Premier League games against Arsenal and are winless in their last 7 with 5 losses in that stretch, 2 draws. Arsenal team total here is plus 115 for over 1.5 goals. That is hitting 14 of their 19 games this season. Chelsea have given that up only 7 times, but with the way that Arsenal are playing right now, doesn't matter who's out there. Doesn't matter who gets injured. Obviously, one of their most clutch players in Trossard picked up an injury. It doesn't matter. They're figuring out a way to score goals. This team feels inevitable. I said it on TikTok earlier this week. I think this team might. I'm getting really worried. I'm getting worried that Arsenal are going to not just win the Premier League, but maybe the Champions League too. There's a lot of season left. There's a lot. I mean, PSG at this time last year did not look like a team that was going to go on an incredible run to win the Champions League. So we have time to figure it all out. But I am worried. Both teams to score is minus 132. Chelsea have opened the scoring in each of their last 7 Premier League games, so maybe a little Chelsea first goal action. This is hitting 3 straight for Arsenal, but only 6 games all season. They are giving up goals. That defense has been better, but they gave up a goal to Bayern Munich. They gave up that very sloppy goal to Tottenham. They gave up goals to Sunderland. This is on the road. I think Chelsea do get on the score sheet here. Over 2.5 at minus 108, I like a lot. It's 14 of 19 for Chelsea, only 8 of 19 for Arsenal. Here's a maybe my favorite play for the game. Maybe my 2 favorite plays for the game, from being honest. Player props. We're going to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto has been involved in 5 goals in his last 5 Premier League games, 3 goals, 2 assists. He's looking to score 3 in a row for the first time in his career. A shot on target is plus 105. He's done that in 4 straight. I love that value. He's a guy who's going to start, whether on the wings or as a striker, as Chelsea used him against Barcelona in the middle of the week. I wouldn't be shocked about that. We'll see if Estevao starts. I think this is, again, a big game for him if he does start, but we'll see. On the Arsenal side of things, Urian Timber, 1 shot at plus 120. He's hit in the last 2 games. There's no Gabriel on set pieces. And we know that Arsenal are keen to get onto those set pieces, which is why I love that prop so much in this game. Moving on, let's get to the continent. Leverkusen are taking on Dortmund. I'm going Leverkusen team total here, over 1.5. It's right around even money. It's just a shade under even money at minus 102. Look around, check the other books, because I think you might be able to get it at even money. It's hitting 8 of their last 10 and their last 2 games against Dortmund. I love this. They're playing really good ball again. Okay? Maybe not catch Bayern Munich really good ball, but they just went to Manchester City, and yeah, Manchester City rotated their team, but a rotated Manchester City team is better than most Bundesliga teams. It's not a shot at the Bundesliga. That's just how good Manchester City are. I like that number there. Roma are taking on Napoli. A huge game in Italy on Sunday afternoon. I've been going back and forth with this one. Roma just lost a very key piece in Europa League on Thursday afternoon. Who knows how long Manu Kone is going to be out. That's a big loss at the base of their midfield, but they've been playing great ball, and the under has been coming in at a ridiculous price for them. I gave it out on TikTok this week, for the Europa League, and I'm sorry if you missed it, but it's here on YouTube in the shorts. It's up on the Instagram at the Plus Money Pod. I can't give out everything on Twitter. I am but one man. So if you want me to be able to hire a social media intern, this is yet another time for me that is great for me to plug. Go subscribe to the Patreon. It's $5 a month. I give out some great winners for the Liverpool game. We smoked the Liverpool game. We'll get to that in a minute. As I was saying, Roma and unders. They've won now 12 games this season. Under 4.5 is hitting all of them. Under 3.5 is hitting most of them. Roma and under 4.5 is, I think, like plus 165 in this game. I don't know what to believe with Napoli right now. I really don't. But at the same time, these are 2 teams that haven't exactly, fine, Napoli did beat Inter, but haven't exactly stepped up in the biggest of moments so far this season. Roma looking really good in Europa League, but did lose to Inter. I think this is a game that they do get a result in. Draw no bets minus 130 for Roma. I'm going to take them because they're home side. Kone missing is a big loss. But I don't know if Napoli are capable of getting something in this game right now. Sule, 1 shot on target, which he's done in 4 of his last 5, is minus 130. Score or assist at plus 140. Dybala is back. But Sule is a great player. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Are both teams to score parlay? And I'm going to say this on TikTok. If we don't hit this one, we're done for the rest of the year. We are done with both teams to score parlays until we get to 2026. But we are starting with Monaco. They're taking on PSG as our first one. We saw PSG get into a shootout with a Tottenham team whose offense I don't believe in. They're on the road. I think PSG give up a goal. Leverkusen, Dortmund, like I said, best game of the day in the Bundesliga. I think Dortmund do get on the score sheet, but I think Leverkusen get the win there. And West Ham and Liverpool is our last one. Liverpool, a total mess, and we absolutely annihilated this game over on Patreon. I want to read off what I gave out, okay, in that PSV game, because I'm going to talk about Liverpool again on the Patreon this week. But here's what I gave out for that game on Patreon. Patreon.com/theplusmoneypod. And it was, we had Liverpool 19 shots. They hit that. We had Liverpool 20 shots. They hit that. We had PSV to score first at plus 280. I think it was plus 240. It might have been plus 240. Whatever. It was in the plus 200s. We had both teams to score at minus 135. We had Liverpool over 6.5 corners. Liverpool are all over the place right now. They're a mess, but I'm figuring out a way to make money off of them. So if you want bets for the Liverpool game, West Ham Liverpool, it's on Patreon. Sevilla versus Betis, the Seville derby, on Patreon. Barcelona versus Alaves, on Patreon. Como versus Sassuolo, a great little Friday afternoon game in Serie A with one of the best players in Serie A in Nico Paz on the Patreon, and Marseille versus Toulouse, all on the Patreon. And then I have more player props for you guys, so go check those out. That wraps it up from us today. We'll be back next week because it's all happening right now. It's coming thick. It's coming fast. We've got the Premier League in the middle of the week. We've got other games throughout the middle of the week next week. And then I think it's a Champions League week yet again. So double pod week again next week. Be on the lookout. Have a great one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your holidays. Good night and good gambling.